Hey everybody. I thought I should talk about this. I've talked about this many times in the past. When my first channel came out, this was the topic I discussed, narcissist and cults and mind control, but mostly narcissists because I was just dealing with people that are like this. But I thought we should talk about it because it describes so many people you might know. If you're not too familiar with how it works, I mean, who runs the world? That's who runs, okay? And, you know, if you want to talk about the most narcissistic being ever, that would be who? Satan. And it's funny when you look at the signs and symptoms, it's like he fits the mold to a T. Preoccupied with fantasies about beauty, brilliance, success, and power, unable to handle criticism, tendencies to lash out if they feel slighted, likely to take advantage of others to get what they want, overly concerned about their appearance, expectations of others, of being treated as superior, lack of empathy for others, inflated sense of self, and inability to self-regulate, having an attitude of, having no remorse for hurting others and no interest in apologizing unless it benefits them, having an attitude of deserving the best of everything, tendency to apologize or to monopolize conversations or mistreat. I need to turn the pop-up thing off. Tendency to monopolize conversations and or mistreat those who they perceive as inferior. Hidden insecurity and weak sense of self, tendency to blame others for their own bad behavior. Now, when you wake up, you look back at your history and because I was like, I think I'm a narcissist. Well, you can have narcissistic tendencies. I do have a problem with monopolizing conversations. Because I've been so ignored so much of my life that, I talk to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go down, do not disturb. Okay. So I look at this stuff and I'm like, okay, what do I need to improve in here? Because this is a good thing for you to actually look at. Like, what qualities in here do I actually have? Do I lean a lot towards this? So it's something I thought we could talk about too. Antisocial now. See, and I am antisocial now. You know why? Because of the people out there that are asleep. I've become antisocial. I still am social when I'm around people, but I don't want to hang out with them too much. They don't view the world as, they don't see it for the truth of what it is. So I'm not saying I'm antisocial because I have a mental disorder. I'm saying I'm antisocial because I don't want to be around people who are asleep or not to get to it. It's really hard. I know. It's like paranoia. I know, right? But so I wanted to talk about all the different types of narcissism. So there's the ones who are all like malignant narcissist, vulnerable narcissist. That's kind of the one who is a victim, who blames everybody. But you look at what's going on in the country and you think about how all of these countries are actually blaming the other countries for what's going on when they're all, in bed together. So it's kind of ironic that they do the same thing. This is what they do. Yeah, I mean, you hear these presidents on the podium and they're talking and it's like the way that they talk to people. When was it? There was a time when these people actually were a little bit more covert in their behavior, but now they're just like out there saying what they're going to do. They don't care. It's no longer hiding. The covert narcissist hides everything. They do everything under the radar. Like when I was dating a sociopath, he cheated on me the whole time, always accusing me of cheating. I would make his dinner for his family, his kids and him. I go sit at the table, and twice this happened. The chair would break. And I mean, I talk about joking how I'm overweight, but I'm not that big. But anyway, they would basically break the legs or something so that when I'd sit in it, or make it somehow loose. So every time I sat at the table, not every time, twice, 2 situations, the chair would break. So I'd sit down, everybody else is sitting in a good chair, they're at the table, I've served them and all that, and then I sit in the bad chair and it breaks. They laugh, I get up, a little bruised, whatever. But that stuff happened. He locked my keys in my car, he put water in my engine, he totaled his car, saying that someone ran into him and he passed out. They're destructive. It's so weird. It's like chaos out of order. It's like there's a class for these people. They get together, I mean, you know what I mean? It's so crazy. They all do the same thing. So how to spot a narcissistic sociopath. Most people assume that others have the same moral code as themselves. We assume that others agree it is wrong to lie, steal, and manipulate others for our own good. It can come as a shock then when you cross paths with someone who shatters that perception. In some cases, this person may be a narcissistic sociopath, a person with a unique combination of traits that cause them to create destruction in their personal and professional lives. Yeah. So we are in the narcissistic world. This is actually in the book of Revelation. Self-obsession. All these people have to make videos of themselves. I mean, I know I've kind of been concerned, like I do so many videos. Am I coming off like that? I hope I never come off that way. But I'm doing this for truthers. I'm not doing this because I just want attention. If I wanted attention, I would sit and do poses and dance on camera for you and shake my booty and all that stuff and always have my makeup done, always have my hair done, no. I'm still like, am I a narcissist? Am I a narcissist? Well, there is no official diagnosis of it. And you can't even diagnose a narcissist because you can't actually get a narcissist to admit that they have a problem. They will go, if you were to go to therapy, I've talked about it in my old videos. If you were to go to therapy with them, you would end up becoming the bad guy in that. And the doctors, who don't always understand NPD and how they work, you'll end up looking like you're the problem, that it's you that's, you're not compassionate enough or something. They just manipulate, twist everything around. I mean, triangulation. I dealt with triangulation so much when I was dating that sociopath. He had 2 boys and he would use them against me. I mean, I'm supposed to be his girlfriend, his, whatever, future wife, maybe, who knows? And I was figuring out, I started researching. I mean, I remember Research Hound, and I said, you're a narcissist. I told him, I figured it out. You're not supposed to actually call them out because then they become, how dare you punch a hole in my perfect personality that everybody thinks I have. So he had health issues. He was constantly going to the doctor. This guy was on so much medication, but, and I thought, well, he had a bad memory because he was always forgetting things. Well, that's actually part of what they do. They act like they're forgetting stuff. And I think my phone's going to shut down soon. I think I'll end it here. My phone says it's overheating. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to go, but I just thought we should talk about it. I just don't want it to cut off in mid-sentence. Yeah, it's going again. This is so crazy, too. So with all this new technology, and this is a newer phone, and I've had nothing but problems with this phone. Overheating, the charge doesn't last as long. It's like the technology, they keep saying they're advancing, but there's constant problems. It's like, oh, well, whatever. And then they can have a combined of things. So they could have NPD, borderline personality. I had been told I have borderline. I mean, that's possible. How could you not be borderline in this world? It's such a crazy thing. So, and then there's stigmas. So doctors and therapists, I mean, you think about this too. There's a lot of doctors and therapists who have NPD. I mean, I was in the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was dealing with all kinds of emotional things, being in that religion and feeling like I'm just working hard to please everybody, and I'm not accepted as who I am. Women are completely, treated unfairly, in my opinion. So I had a lot of problems growing up. And I got involved with drugs and alcohol. I did a lot of narcissistic things, but I don't think that makes me a narcissist. I think that makes me vulnerable and vulnerable narcissist. I'm really not helping my case, am I? Anyway, so did I already read that? Okay, so here it says, has a grandiose sense of self-importance, exaggerated achievements and abilities. Yeah, exaggeration. Like, they could be at a fire, but then the story, like say someone's house is burning down, they could be outside watching the fire, but when they tell you the story that they went in and saved the people, you know, that's the kind of thing that they do. They exaggerate what they've done in their achievements. Preoccupied with dreams of unlimited power, success, physical attractiveness, and love. So one thing I've picked up on about myself is that I was more attractive when I was younger, and I look at pictures of myself when I'm younger, and I'm like, man, I miss those days when I was prettier. But when I was dating him, he would show me pictures of him fit and in great shape. This guy was a martial artist, and then he was in really good shape. He was really cute and everything like that. And he was always showing me pictures of him in his former glory days. But then he became a lazy, overweight. Oh, this person has so many problems. Okay. Holds the belief that they are special or high status, can only be understood by similar people, or should only associate with those people or institutions. Has a need for excessive admiration, possesses a sense of entitlement, and expects favorable treatment or compliance. Like, do as I say, not as I do, as a lot of these people in charge do. Exploits other people to achieve their goals. Yes, this is what they do. Lacks empathy regarding the need and feelings of other people. Is envious of other people or thinks other people envy them. Haters, you know, you hear these YouTubers and people who are all like vanity social media type of things, and they're always saying, don't hate, or, oh, these people are haters because, you know, they haven't figured out how great you are. It's like, come on, people. Has arrogant behaviors and attitudes. Repeats failures to follow social norms, resulting in grounds for arrest. Engages in deceitful lying using aliases, not paying off debts. Aliases. Yep. Well, you think about what these celebs are doing, where, you know, they put on different personalities, change their names, I read between the lines on that one. Impulsivity and not planning ahead, moving around constantly. Irritability, aggressiveness, resulting in physical fights and assault. Reckless disregard or concern for safety of other people. Chronic irresponsibility reflected by a continued failure to maintain a job, finish school, or stay on top financial commitments. Lack of remorse about hurting others, indifferent or rationalizes their behavior. So if you wanted to do more research on this, if you're interested in this topic. So when I turned my tablet on, it was at 33%. And then here it says 3.3. I mean, you know, these 33s, they're always showing. Anyway, I love you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed that video. Talk to you later. Bye.